right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Break It Up, the show where we take a topic, any topic, dig in, and break it up. Introducing this fine gentleman co-hosting with me tonight on the ones and twos. The doctor is in the house. Dr. Bell, how are you doing this evening, sir?
What's up, man? I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well, sir. Thank you very much.
Some sauce.
And of course, y'all, there's me, your man's J.K. Moore. And hopefully we'll have our other regular series co-host, Bond Servant Calvin Mays, jumping in here in a little bit.
Yes,
but
sir.
We are not going to belabor the time. We are going to go and get started. So tonight we are going to be talking about an event that is already, matter of fact, it's already taken part in one of the most major countries here in the world. It's in the process of being instituted in the United Kingdom, which of course is another major country in the world. And we're already seeing the forerunner and the 4 steps of it being instituted right here in the good old U.S.A. And that being
U.S.A.
The U.S.A. Yes, sir. That is digital IDs. And I'm going to say that again. Digital ID, or of course, digital identification.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we jump into these several videos, which of course we'll go into a lot more detail about this, I'm going to ask you first, Dr. Bell, have you heard anything about digital IDs?
No, not really, man. I haven't been up on that lately. I've been working so much. I guess I just hadn't heard anything about it, listened about it. The only thing I think of when I think digital ID is the mark of the beast.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's the only thing I think of. They putting that thing in your hand, or putting that chip in your hand or in your forehead or wherever they could put it. Yeah, that's the only thing I think of. When I just heard you say that, that's all. The first thing came up top of my head.
Well, you know what? So glad you mentioned that, because once we watch these videos to see what's, again, already been instituted and what they are literally instituting as we speak, we're going to swing on back around to what you just talked about. Because, yeah, once I became aware of this and started looking into it and started gathering together information for the episode, I'm like, this all sounds very, very familiar. I believe I've heard of this. Yeah, a long time ago. But I tell you what we are going to go ahead and do, and let me blow up the screen just a little bit, 175. So it says right here, digital ID is an electronic version of a physical identity document used to verify a person's identity online and in person. These digital IDs can be stored on devices like smartphones and are used to access services such as airport security and can simplify online government services and other transactions by reducing the need for physical documents or remembering multiple passwords. Which this last part right here, the whole remembering multiple passwords, that's something one of the guys who's really one of the driving forces behind this. And we'll see him and talk about him in a little while. His name is Larry Ellison. This is one of the, I don't want to say excuses. This is one of the points that he's putting out there to kind of soften the blow, for lack of a better term, for people, to make it more palatable for them. Is like, oh yeah, right now in any system you use, any app you use, you have to remember multiple passwords. Well, this digital ID is going to wipe out the need for all that, having to remember multiple passwords and things.
Wow, for real.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be like just one code for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not necessarily even a code, more like biometrics, which is a scan of your face or put your thumb, which, as it says,
a lot of big companies already do that.
Exactly.
They do it with their eyeball and their finger, their hand. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yep. Yes, sir. And even certain I know certain banks even do it now. Whether you're a member of that bank or not, if you say you're given a check by somebody who's a member of that bank, and you go to one of those banks to cash that check, they'll tell you, "Oh yeah, we need your thumbprint."
Right. Yeah, I remember. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
And
I remember that. I remember
yeah.
that.
And I'm like, why? I'm not a member of this bank. I have my driver's license right here, which, for 20 plus years, that has been just perfectly fine for being able to cash the check anywhere. But as it clearly says right here, okay, it's talking about simplifying, but let's just go ahead and all right, be for real about this. It's not simplifying, it's going to do away with physical forms of ID.
I got you.
Driver's licenses, social security numbers, all those things.
Ah,
Why? Because all that stuff is going to be collated into one, as you said, one type password, just one ID per person.
code or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it says right here, the creation users create a digital ID by adding a government issue ID, such as a driver's license or a passport, to a digital wallet on their smartphone. So right away, with this digital ID application, okay, and which is going to be an app, they're already letting you know, okay, it's going to be smartphone based, and I'm quite sure for like desktop users, laptop users, tablet users, there's going to be ways to integrate it into that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, since they know most people, okay, when you go to like airports or DMVs and things like that, all right, most people ain't lugging their computers up in there.
Correct.
So, but everybody keeps their smartphone on them. So of course, it's just going to be more convenient to get it more widely spread out there using smartphones.
Correct.
This process involves verifying your identity, often through a combination of scanning the physical ID, capturing a selfie, or other biometric data. Again, there we go with the biometrics. I'm going to go ahead and say right now that this first one, this scanning the physical ID, yeah, it might start off like that, but again, we already saw up here that the physical ID is going the way of the dodo. Okay, just like right now, how most of us carry around, again, our driver's licenses, our social security cards, probably a couple of debit cards, credit cards. Most people don't usually carry their passport around with them, on day-to-day basis, only when you're about to go out of the country somewhere. But yeah, in other words, this digital ID is going to eventually just eliminate all those.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just thought about something.
What's that?
Be pulled on the side of the road by the police officer. The police officer gonna say, I see your ID, and all you have to do is put your hand out there.
That's it.
Yeah. If you're talking about the bio, online, the bio ID, well, when they come up, they're gonna say maybe have your driver's license, like they say in the natural, have your driver's license and insurance card and all that kind of stuff. If that's somewhat, if I'm hearing you straight, all that's gonna be done away with. Guess what? All that's gonna be in our hand. Look, let me just see your finger, let me see your hand or whatever, let me scan it. And then they go back to their car and do whatever. If they may not even have to ever go back to their car. It's just they probably gonna have some kind of device in the hand, but they're just gonna scan it and stand right there and see everything they need to be saying, and probably just. Now I don't know how they give you a ticket and all that kind of stuff. Nevertheless, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you how. So what they're gonna do is, and like you said, they're gonna have. Matter of fact, they're gonna start using it. And for my money, they already have the scanners. They already have them already made. They're sitting in a warehouse somewhere waiting for mass deployment. Because remember, any technology that we actually get physical in hand like this,
right?
This is already probably at a minimum 5 to 10 years already outdated.
Yeah.
I just saw a commercial, of course, in time for Christmas and you can, of course, you're an iPhone user. You can tell me whatever the newest version is, but I think this was for like iPhone 15 or 16 or something. I just saw a commercial for it the other day. So
I think the new one that's out is 17 or something, ain't it? 17 something.
Oh man, I have no
iPhone
idea what.
17, I think,
Yeah.
or 18. I can't remember. I'm gonna use this phone right here till it die.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Oh, okay, so I just got a message, and that's probably yours beeping too. Okay,
Yeah.
so yep, looks like bond server Mays may not be able to join us, but hey, that's cool. We will push on. We will
Yeah.
push
Move
on.
forward. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But yeah, so you're right. That these scanners of all these things are going to be interconnected into one, and we're about to actually flip
Mhm.
over into the videos where this guy, I mean, he's going to lay it out, explain how it's all going to work. But yeah, and it'll be all one centralized database. They'll send, they'll scan, punch in whatever. It'll go to that database, and that database to then your version of the app on your phone will say, hey, you were just issued a ticket, for $50 or whatever by your local highway patrol. You
Right.
can use the app to pay it, or of course, since your banking information is
Oh, yeah.
eventually going to be
Right.
connected to it, they'll be like,
Mhm.
they might not even tell you or ask you to do it. They'd be like, yeah, we're just going to go in and withdraw the $50 from your bank and go and get this taken care of for you.
Right.
So.
It's probably gonna also eliminate all them court dates, all those court things and stuff, because they're gonna pay for it as for the payment right there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, that physical ID, capturing the selfie, because honestly, this central database they're going to be using, they only need to capture your selfie once. It ain't gonna be something you're gonna have to do multiple times.
Right.
Once you do it at one time and upload it and send it in, they're already going to have it. It's eventually all going to boil down to just this one thing right here: biometric data.
Yeah. It's already in operation, because if you look at what
Yeah.
what the FBI do and the police, all they got to do is pull your face up on the screen, and everything about you gonna come up on that screen.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that. That's actually going to be a perfect segue into going into the video, because again, as I was thinking about this entire system that's I'm not going to say being set up, is already set up in China, which we're going to see. I was like, well, if you really think about it, we as humans, let's just keep it local here in the United States right now. We as U.S. citizens, we're already nothing but a series of numbers to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Our driver's license is a number.
Yep.
Okay. Again, Social Security, that's a number.
Yeah.
Even most jobs, you're assigned what's called an employee ID
number.
or an employee number.
Correct.
You're a number there. So this has already been in the works, y'all, for decades. We were already reduced down to nothing but a series of numbers. Think about a lot of times when you call in for any type of service. Okay, they might ask you your name first.
Oh my God.
But then right after that, they'll ask you for your birthday, or a lot of times they'll just cut through all that and be like, what's your member ID number? What's your number? You rattle off that number to him. Oh, hey, Dr. Bell. Oh, hey, Mr. Moore.
Right. And it's the same way in these churches.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same way in these churches. There's some churches that at the beginning of the year or each quarter, I know this for a fact, they hand you, catch this, tithe envelopes. Each member get a pack of tithe envelopes with their number on it, with a number on that tithe envelope. Yeah, they give it to you like at the beginning of the year or every quarter. You run out, so the church give each member, husband and wife or however, a pack of tithe envelopes, and them tithe envelopes have a number on it. Yeah, so when you take that tithe out, you put your money in it. It go to the finance office or whatever, the ministry. They look at that number, and they know who it's from, and they just write it down.
Man,
I know a church right now that do that. I ain't gonna say who.
Oh, yes, Lord, please don't.
Yeah, I know a church right now that do it. Yeah, it's a
Wow.
big denomination. It's a big organization. Yeah, that's how they do it. That's how they keep up with the tithes. The people that pay
Man.
tithe is a number. At the top of that tithe thing is a number.
So if you don't and you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if they probably have some type of barcode or something on those envelopes too. So yeah, they know that for the past 2 Sundays, okay, brother and sister Jenkins ain't sent them tithes in, so that now they can come up and be like, hey, we know for the past 2 Sundays you haven't paid your tithes. Well, wait a minute, how did you know that? Because we scanned the barcode on the tithing envelope saying yours didn't come up for the past 2 Sundays. That's how we know you ain't did it. That's mess. Oh,
They go by that number up on the envelope.
wow. So
and they have not only the number up on top of that tithe, not only the number on the corner of that tithe, but they also have the month, day, and year on each tithe, like January 1st, 2001, January, whatever the next Sunday is, January so and so. Yeah, and then whatever the next Sunday is. They got the dates on there.
my goodness.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I believe you. I wholeheartedly believe you.
Please.
And yeah. I'm wondering if the denominations that participate in that have those what's that government status 501
501(c). Yeah.
You know what? It makes perfect sense to me because whether people want to believe it or not, we know that all this, the digital ID, which of course we already know what that's ultimately leading to. Okay, right. Scripture already tells us there's going to be a lot of churches and denominations that are going to willingly participate in these things. Yeah. Okay, so the government already has y'all all this information about us out there.
All that. Yeah,
it's already out there.
Yeah, it's out there.
My goodness. Well, man, we're going to go ahead and flip over into one of these first videos. And it's on YouTube, and it says digital ID, China's dystopian model threatens freedom in Europe. Well, you know what? This wasn't the first one I wanted to hit on. Well, bump it. We're already on. We'll just keep it on that. But yeah, let's check this out.
Government issued digital ID.
A digital ID.
Having all of your personal information stored in one place.
We will spare no effort to make Europe an AI continent.
To integrate you into this great reset.
Did we hear what he just said?
Reset.
To integrate you into this great reset. Y'all, for everybody who's going to be watching this, I want you all to pay special attention to the face of this man on your screen. Okay. His name is Larry Fink. Mm-hmm. He is one of, if not the top dog in a company called BlackRock. BlackRock is one of the two biggest credit issuing companies on this planet, and they are majority stockholders in some of the biggest corporations on this planet.
Wow.
Again, his name is Larry Fink. So when you see a lot of these things, these changes, a lot of this DEI and a lot of this ESG things, these companies all of a sudden adopting and embracing it, it's not because they necessarily wanted to. It's because BlackRock, again, is more than likely a majority stockholder and stakeholder in that company. And this man has told them that they have to adopt these things. Otherwise, your credit rating drops, and ultimately that starts affecting them pockets.
Wow.
And he just said it right here, to integrate you into this great reset. Something else, another term, if you're not familiar with it or if you've never heard it before, you better go investigate it. The Great, literally, he gave the name of it. It's called the Great Reset of 2030. Talking about the year 2030.
Ooh.
At this point, barely 4 years away from now.
Yep.
And I've mentioned it on my other show, Breaking Tradition. I don't know if we've touched on it on here before. I know me and you personally, Dr. Bell, have talked about this.
About it, yeah.
And I've talked about other people, talked about it with other people, but I've told them, you need to go study on the Great Reset of 2030.
Yes,
ultimately,
yes,
these people, the World Economic Forum, who are the real power behind the system in this world, these people are going to do away with current constitutions, laws, bylaws, all these things that have been instituted for hundreds, thousands of years, and they are going to rewrite the new doctrine, which is going to govern and dictate a new doctrine, or like you said, a great reset.
Yep.
Which is going to dictate all countries. All countries are going to be under this, just like how right now every country has its own constitution, set of laws, whatever. No.
Yes, sir.
Great Reset is going to literally do exactly what it's called: reset all of it to one doctrine that they will come up with to dictate how the operations and the movements and goings on this planet.
Wow. That's a part of that. That's going to be a part of that one world order.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
The new one world order.
Yep. Yep.
And you know what's so crazy? These people don't even bother trying to hide it. They don't bother trying to. They come right out. Look at him. He's showing his face and everything. They talk about it with smiles on their face, and they just letting us know
it's coming.
It's coming. It is coming. Yes, sir. Let me keep going here.
So how soon could central bank digital currencies become a reality?
You know, we should be helping countries to develop a national digital infrastructure.
Wow. Did you hear that? What did he say?
I can back it up.
How soon could central bank digital currencies become a reality?
You know, we should be helping countries to develop a national digital infrastructure.
A national digital infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Look at that now. Look at that. We in the body of Christ be talking about the infrastructure of the kingdom of God.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the world talking about a infrastructure. A digital infrastructure.
And did you notice he said a national digital infrastructure. Singular.
Yeah.
But he's talking about because he said developing countries.
Yeah,
exactly.
Correct.
So how are you talking about
coming up under that one?
That's it. How are you talking about multiple countries?
Yeah.
Plural, more than one, coming under a national digital infrastructure. Just one infrastructure.
Yeah.
That again, they aren't trying to hide it.
No, they're not.
They aren't even trying to hide it. You know why they're not trying to hide it? Because they know ultimately there's nothing you all are going to do about it. There's nothing you all can do about it to stop us. Yep, you can go out here, you can protest, you can beat your chest, you can, pray and fast all
you want.
All you want. All you want. But you are not stopping this. And thank you so much, Dr. Bell, for bringing up the body and the kingdom of Christ.
Yeah.
Again, you all ought to know above all, you're not stopping this.
No.
We were told and warned over 2,000 years ago about this very thing right here that's coming.
Correct.
Now, I have to be completely honest. in my heart of hearts, I was hoping I'd be gone by the time all this, starting and got instituted.
Right.
So I wouldn't have to deal with any of it. Hey, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I got you, brother.
But
I just
clearly-
asked the Lord a couple of weeks ago, what's the significance of me being here during this time and in this hour?
Wow. Yeah.
Why was I born in this time? Why am I allowed? Not allowed. Why am I alive in this dispensation of time?
Right.
I can't even talk. I can't get my words together. Devil's a lie. Why? We have to ask the question, why was I born during this time, to be here during this time? What is the reason for me to be here during this particular time?
Right.
I'll be honest with what I said on one thing. Why am I here during this time of Trump? I did. Why am I here during this time of Trump? Why was I born to be here during this time? What is the reason? What is the purpose to be here under this presidential governmental order? So anyway, we getting off point. Focus, Maurice. Focus. But anyway, yeah.
And like I said, I can't talk or say anything bad about that, because I was the first one to say, once I started learning about these end days things, I was like,
yeah,
boy.
right. Why am I
now you already know what the churchy religious answer is going to be from people. You here to let the body know and to get the body ready to fight.
No, that's good.
They've had, like I said, over 2,000 years to
Come
get
on.
ready and get ready
Correct.
to fight. The information is clearly right there. And matter of fact, to add
Mhm.
one more thing onto that, and then we'll go and get back to it. For the past, I know, at least 20 or so years, I've heard stories of doggone certain ministries and denominations that don't even touch the book of Revelation.
Oh yeah, they don't.
Wait, what?
My thing is, if they don't know how to fight by now, they on their own. They on their own. I got to fight myself. What you talking about? I'm here to help them fight, to prepare them to fight. Now they've been here all this time. They better learn how to fight. I got to fight for myself.
Thank you. Thank you.
But anyway,
Thank you.
focus. Okay, I didn't went somewhere.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
I said I went somewhere. No.
Hey, not really. Hey, man, look, this
Digital
was gonna
ID.
break it up. All right.
Yeah, that's
We're
what
gonna
it
break
is.
all
Right.
the way up.
Right.
Hey, even that our own truth and realization. Hey,
Come
well,
on,
we got to
man.
break them up too. Got
Break
dog.
that stuff up, man. I'm telling
Oh.
Imagine every purchase you make, every app you use, every place you visit, all contributing to a single digital profile, a personal digital identity.
They get a thumbprint.
What's that?
I said they go that thumbprint.
Exactly.
Yep,
And
that thumbprint.
yep, man, I refused the past couple of phones. Matter of fact, now I think about it, in over 10 years, I've only gotten like 2 new phones, but I refused to ever set biometrics up on it because, again, I knew what that mess is leading to.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I ain't going to help make it easy for y'all, okay, to be doggone
Or that
keeping tabs
face,
on me.
or that face identification thing to open your phone and all that stuff. Nah. Mm-mm.
Absolutely correct. And of course, these, I'd say probably, again, within the next maybe 1, at the most, maybe 2 generations of the next phones we get, because again, this great reset's taking place in 2030. They are going to remove the option for you not to be able to use biometrics to unlock your phone and everything. It's going to become mandatory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
This way, many details of your life could be stored in a unified digital record. That profile might eventually connect with your bank, your doctor, your employer, government agencies, and even your car. This isn't science fiction.
Wow, the
It's a
car.
vision that
They said even the car.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Just bet. Well, you know they already got that mash button thing anyway.
That's right.
They got that mash button thing. And so now I guess I wouldn't put it past them. Now the only thing probably that'll crank your car up when you get closer will be your thumb or your fingerprint.
That's right.
Just put it up there and mash it, and you just go.
Yep.
You don't pay your insurance and you mash it, it ain't gonna crank up.
And that is exactly, you don't pay your insurance, or you miss two or three of them car payments.
Yeah.
It ain't starting.
You know
He's
that,
absolutely
it ain't
right.
gonna crank up.
Yep. Yes, sir. But remember now, the whole thing, as with all of this mess that they do to ultimately screw over societies, they're gonna come out with it like it's the greatest thing. It's gonna make your life so much easier. It's gonna make your life so much better. And as always,
you ain't gonna have to worry about carrying all these wallets around, all the stuff in your wallet.
That's right. You're reducing the chance of, your wallet being stolen, or your purse being stolen, or ladies, even if your pocketbook gets stolen with your whatever in it, you don't have to worry about thieves being able to hack your credit cards and all this stuff. You won't have individual credit cards anymore. It's all going to be linked to this one digital ID system, and it can only be activated by your eyeball, your retina scan, or your thumbprint.
Right.
Or your breathing, you know what I'm saying,
Your hand.
apparatus on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's it.
organizations like the World Economic Forum are advocating, and that governments and tech companies are gradually moving toward. The rollout of this digital ID infrastructure is truly global and coordinated. Oracle founder and billionaire Larry Ellison emphasizes the need to feed AI.
This guy right here is the one I was talking about. That's like one of the main driving forces, or at least he's the one that they're using as the face to be the main driving force behind getting this instituted. Again, his name is Larry Ellison, co-founder of a company called Oracle, which is a big tech company. But not only that, he has also put in, he's either the owner or he's putting in a bid to own the movie company Paramount, which has made honestly some of my personal favorite movies, but that was movies from yesterday. And he's also making a push to purchase the Warner Brothers entertainment studio, or as it's known these days, Warner Discovery, because it's also now up for sale and up for grabs. So this guy is going to have some part in people's lives one way or another, whether it's just basic everyday life or whether it comes down to your entertainment in one way or another. So again, this is another face and a name. If you're not familiar with them, you need to go research when you get time. Larry Ellison. And we actually got another video we're going to watch about him, but yep, let's go on.
AI systems, an immense amount of all available government data.
For what government should do in terms of its digital infrastructure, digital ID, data centers, and so on.
The first thing a country needs to do is to unify all of their data so it can be consumed and used by the AI model. Basically,
Unify. All the data so it can be consumed and used by the AI model.
The AI model.
The AI is lifeless technology. So, and I say that to say the people who create these different AI applications, wouldn't that also give them access to all of this unified national data?
Yes.
Which again, it is the point. Why does AI need readily available access to an entire country's their citizens, all their information, their address, where they work, their banking numbers, their their name of their doctors and lawyers, literally everything. Why does an AI model need that to be so readily available to be searched?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Because again, it's not the AI itself, which is just technology and the application of technology. It's the people behind the AI. No, they want all of that information to be readily available, quite literally at the click of or a tap of a button or a tap on their smartphones.
To tell the AI model as much about my country as I can. If you want to improve population health, you have to take all of your healthcare data, your diagnostic data, your electronic health records, your genomic data.
The benefits are clear.
Oh, okay. Again, we're talking about technology here. How does that improve population's overall health? If people want to improve their health, then you improve your health. You do healthier things.
Right.
And it starts with what you consume and put in your body.
Yes, sir.
And then the second part of that is what you do to remove all the unhealthy, unusable things from out of your body.
Correct.
So explain to me why an AI model needs all of a country's healthcare information. How is that improving people's health?
Right. It's not.
Again, we've had people out here literally since the dawn of man that have been teaching and telling us how to live our best, healthier lives.
Correct.
God dog it. If people ain't listen to actual humans, why the heck are they just going to automatically jump on to what their phone tells them?
Yeah, they gonna do it.
Right. We know right now there are certain foods that are literal poison, okay, to the human body.
Right. Yes, sir.
People know this. And those poisonous foods are usually the biggest sellers, the biggest money makers for any company that produces them. In other words, people know what's killing them. And they still choose to consume these products. But yet you got guys like Ellison and Larry Fink, and for anybody who's not familiar with the guy who's on screen right now, he used to be the prime minister of the UK. His name is Tony Blair. Again, out here telling you all these great, wonderful benefits for having your entire life readily available to certain people at the click of a button.
For what reason?
For what reason? I mean, outside of what we ultimately know, the reason is control. But yeah, as far as they're concerned, to the public, what reason is there to do this?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Digital ID will make our interactions with each other and with the state faster, cheaper, and more reliable.
Stay with me. This isn't some distant future. Steps toward it are already underway.
Yep.
Facial recognition can now spot suspects in real time from live video.
Oh yeah, the FBI already doing that.
Man, they've been doing it.
They've been doing all this stuff, man. That's man.
Exactly. Look at that. Look at that.
Ain't that something? Live facial recognition in this area.
Okay.
Wow.
So my question is, what about the people who have some type of covering on their face? How's they going to be able to recognize them? Now, your average criminal and thief, they ain't the brightest people in the world, but at least you do have some who, if they know they're going to bust into a place and rob it, it's just natural common sense or common thought. Hey, this place has a video system.
Yeah.
I'm putting a mask or something on over
Correct.
my face. So,
They can't
how's
recognize me.
right? So they can't recognize me. So how's the AI going to prevent or stop that from happening?
Tracking organized criminals at borders, in public spaces, even helping find missing people.
There are cameras on top of the van that scan everyone's faces as they walk past.
Tony Blair is a technocrat. He believes basically that the people at the top need to decide everything themselves. And if you could have total control over everybody, everything would be wonderful.
There it is.
This is the Chinese model.
You see what he said? This is the Chinese
mode.
The Chinese model. And yes, the reason for that is because, like I said a few minutes ago, China has already instituted this system. They had it for roughly 20 years now.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Google co-founder Larry Ellison predicts AI surveillance will be part of our everyday lives in the future. Ellison said AI will soon play a major role in monitoring society through a vast network of interconnected cameras.
The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on.
But what it will do.
Okay, Doc.
Man,
so
please.
we just
Man, please. Man, please. We got these cameras all over everywhere, and people still acting cuckoo and crazy and everything else. You up here, man.
I literally was about to say the exact same thing. Okay, just like people with the food that they know is no good for them, but they continue to consume it anyway.
Yeah.
There have been cameras.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And I'm just thinking, because I just been, on my time off, I just be looking at movies and stuff. But anyway, have you seen, you look at these cop movies, and when they want to talk to somebody, they walk up and say, they call the person name and say, we the FBI. And as soon as they say FBI, they run, right? They run, right? So now I've been looking at it so much now that when they go up and say, call the person name and say, we the FBI, I say, run. So every time they say FBI, I say, run. And then they run. Every time they go, every time I be looking at a movie and they come and call the person name and say, we the FBI, I say, run. And then they take off running. I'm like, you already guilty.
Exactly, you're already guilty. And according to what these guys are pushing out here, that's the reason why we need the facial recognition. Yeah. So just in case they run from law enforcement, that we already got them. We already got them recorded, so we'll know where to find them. But again, these things have already been in place
for how many years?
Decades at this point.
Yeah,
decades.
Still doing it.
People are still doing it. So why now all of a sudden will law enforcement be on their best behavior? Why now all of a sudden are average citizens going to be on their best behavior? But you know what?
Man, they'll take a person up to them cameras and shoot them right in front of the camera and look in the camera and keep on moving.
Exactly.
Nothing about your cameras.
And some of these doggone trying to be careful with my wording here. Some of these less than intelligent individuals these days have gotten to the point they'll record it and put it on social media, just like you said. The crimes they're committing.
Yep.
Loaded right up to their social media page.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
they will.
God in heaven. Yes, you know what? Should we talking about them having cameras and things for how many years or decades? Since the dawn of man, there have been laws put in place to keep people from not committing crimes.
Come on.
Okay.
And they still do it.
And they've still done it and still continue to do it and will continue to do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, like I say, all these promises about all this great improvement that this is going to be to a society. Okay, yes, for a very small amount of people, it might get them to change and act right. But okay, for the larger majority of humans as a whole,
right?
Listen, whether you all believe this or not, we already know the evil is spiritually influenced anyway.
Yeah.
You think these darn evil spirits that influence people to do criminal acts and break the law, you think they give a rat's behind about your facial recognition and camera?
Man, they don't think about it, man. Please.
The cameras can't even see them.
Thank you. Thank you.
So again, and like I said, people like these Ellisons and Larry Finks and all these big top people behind the world. But well, again, whether you all believe it or not, these people are part of these ancient and secret societies that worship these type of evil spirits and fallen angels and demons and things like that. So when they say this stuff, okay, they know that's not their ultimate goal to reduce crime and all these other things in society. Yeah. No, correct. It is control. Just like the narrator said a few minutes ago, the people at the top will control over everybody and everything.
Yes, sir.
And correct. This is just going to make it easier for them to be able to do it.
Yes, sir.
Is create the digital control infrastructure, which then lays the groundwork for all your activities and all of your behavior to be managed by the government and for you to be rewarded or disincentivized in relation to certain behavior. That is the Chinese social credit system, where if you are a good citizen, quote unquote, you can do things that other people cannot do. And if you're a bad citizen, quote unquote, you can't even buy a train ticket to go to a different city. This is where it's going.
That tells me I'm still on the blacklist.
Punished because he's been branded untrustworthy by the state.
Once you're blacklisted, you can no longer get a bank loan, start a business, buy an apartment, or even send your children to a private school.
Wow.
And that is what I was referring to earlier when I said China already has this system in place.
Yeah.
It's called social credit. So just like how he was saying, you can't buy a train ticket to another city, send your kids to certain private schools, do this and that. Okay, right now, again, let's keep it local to the U.S. It is based on your financial credit, certain things you can't or can't do. Okay, social credit it integrates the financial part, but it's other things. Like if you've done something that the government deems bad, quote, like you said, quote unquote bad, then that can affect your finances. If you got out there and sent out a tweet on X or some comment on TikTok or some comment on Facebook that's against your government or that's against their government, okay, well, now your brand is untrustworthy. You could be a possible traitor to the state. Okay, now we're going to mess literally with your entire life.
Man.
Just because you don't agree with something that the government does or is not doing.
Ooh. That's something, boy.
That is something, and that is literally that's where all of this is going to boil down to. What China has already instituted, this is going to be global, worldwide. I mean, heck, you already see the Larry Ellison and Larry Fink. God, I just thought about something. What is it with these goddamn Larrys? Okay, Larry Ellison and Larry Fink. these Larrys at this world, it wasn't called the World Economic Forum. They're already talking about it and pushing it. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
When, the time, right.
The timing, yes, sir.
Wow.
To see this in action, look at China.
Yep.
Some pilot dystopian cities are evolving into highly monitored environments. Cameras track most of your movements, sensors follow patterns of behavior, and algorithms influence what people can buy, where they can travel, and even whom they interact with.
If you thought the way Facebook tracks you was scary, it's got nothing on the Chinese government. Chinese government insists it has a great reason for doing this.
Here in this Shanghai surveillance center, no resident goes unwatched.
Wow.
As a good citizen, I respect the rules of the road. If I didn't, I'd lose points on my social credit.
It forces us to be well behaved.
It may seem scary, but it's just like that here. We're used to it. And anyway, we don't have a choice.
There you go.
Low scores lose rights. The cinema names and shames people considered untrustworthy, plastering their details, even their addresses, across big screens.
Wow.
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 Their faces and their addresses.
Man, look at that. Okay, speaking of things that we know, that you said, earlier that certain ministries do, I've heard of something like this happening in ministries. Matter of fact, going right back to what you brought up about tithes and offerings. I have heard of people's names being put on the boards, like clipboards, or again, just like how they're doing in these Chinese cinemas, they'll actually put your face up there, saying that you hadn't paid tithes or whatever so long. I mean, I have literally heard it, and I'm sure you have too.
Wow. Man, that's some messed up stuff, boy.
Bro, that is some next level jacked up stuff. So
yeah, man, that's
not only is it controlled, because you saw what the woman said. She was like, that's just the way it is here. We have no choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the perfect trifecta, okay, of how you can control somebody or how you seek to control somebody.
Wow.
And usually the number one motivator of trying to control people is fear. She said, we live in fear of being branded a not so good citizen, and of course, putting people's faces and their addresses up there, shaming them like that. That's the other one of the other tactics. Humiliation. So now they're putting your face up there, they're putting your address up there. I would say not only to just humiliate, but probably also as a warning to other people, like, if we even catch you going to this joker's house, because it said every citizen is being watched. Okay, we catch you going to what are you going to their house for?
Oh my gosh, man.
Maybe we ought to think that's some stuff. Maybe we ought to think of you as untrustworthy. Maybe we need to hit your social credit score and knock it down a few points so you can't participate in and do certain things.
That is serious stalking. Yeah.
And this right here is ultimately what I call the isms lead to: your liberalism, your socialism, coming from China. You definitely got your Maoism, your Marxism, and it's all under the umbrella of communism, which is what CCP stands for, the Chinese Communist Party. That's what this flag up here represents for China. And that is what communism is. It's a few elite people in control over every aspect of people's lives. Now, you have those people who argue, well, it's like that here with our government to a lesser degree, yes, but buddy, I tell you what, for as jacked up and messed up as certain things are in the United States, I would still rather live here right now any day of the week than deal with this crap.
I'm telling you, buddy. I'm telling you, man.
And also places like Russia.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. And that's why I say, man, when I hear these U.S. people all over social media all day, every day, talk about how oppressive it is here and things, I'm like, you people have no idea what true oppression looks like. You have no clue what true oppression looks like. Why? Because you still have the freedom to get all over social media and talk junk about our government without any type of fear of reprisal. You let any of these jokers in China try to do the exact same thing you're doing right now and see what happens to them.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess we did just see what happened to them. Get your doggone face put up on Get your face put up on a big widescreen all over, the cinemas and all over the country. You get denied the ability to be able to do certain things. But all day long, people talking about how bad it is here, how horrible it is here.
It ain't bad yet, bro. I'm trying to
I
tell
was just about to say, y'all jokers think this is bad. Oh, just like the song goes, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Come on. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you ain't seen nothing yet.
You ain't seen nothing yet. This is, man, boy, again, like I said, this is some next level stuff.
I'm telling you, man.
All of this is presented as serving the greater good, saving the environment, reducing crime, and creating a more efficient society.
Nah.
What does a fully connected surveillance state really look like?
Golly.
These pilot cities have an all-seeing system with virtually no escape. Faces have become keys to access buildings and services. There's nowhere to hide, as everything is monitored. Smartphones, smart cars, smart buildings, all interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
In such a system, it's almost impossible to break the rules without being noticed. Already, millions have experienced some form of restricted access, often dictated by algorithmic assessments.
This talk of centralized digital currency, that's what they have in China. If you fuck up in China and you get a bad social credit score because you tweeted something they didn't like, now you can't buy a plane ticket. Now you can't buy a car.
Yeah.
Now you can't get a loan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again, this isn't a if situation in China, or this ain't some TV show somewhere. What this is real life, y'all. This is literally happening in the country of China. Yes, sir. Right now, as we speak, this is going on.
Wow. Now you can't do something. You step the fucking line and people self-censor.
While this is unfolding thousands of miles away, similar developments are emerging in the West. Digital identity programs, surveillance grids, real-time tracking, complex databases, and carbon footprint systems. This is an ever-growing concern, as many of these initiatives are gradually moving from pilot projects into real-world implementation.
Yep.
We'll make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work.
Okay, again, y'all, not even bothering trying to hide it. My man right there didn't sugarcoat it, and again, try to watch my language, but that individual is of the current Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, which is what we're looking at here, England. He just said it. Wow. It's going to be made mandatory to be able to work, having to get that digital ID.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Western countries are rapidly developing their own digital ID programs.
Yep.
The UK has announced a national digital ID scheme.
We need to be really clear. You must have ID, mandatory digital ID, in order to work.
This technology has advanced amazingly.
To make the most of this new and revolutionary technology.
The British people view this whole digital ID as an Orwellian nightmare.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are pushing digital ID on these people. And then they'll be able to control your movement and control you entirely.
This is your wake-up call. This is about building a centralized, state-controlled digital identity system that could be used, will be used, to link your finances, your medical history, your travel movements, your social media activity, even your social activity in real life, and more. It's quite frankly a digital dog tag. And once it's clipped around your neck, you will not be able to take it off.
Yep.
Join the fight to defend our freedoms. Wow. Follow Freedom Research on X.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, that's it. So I got another video here right quick. It's a small one. So the last couple of scenes we saw again was of the over in Britain, the UK, where their prime minister already said, okay, it's going to be made mandatory for people to be able to work, because of course you got to work to be able to pay for your lifestyle. So I was able to find another video of people actually in the UK. Says thousands march against digital ID plans. And here it is, right? Matter of fact, let me start that over again. Thousands march against digital ID plans in the UK, United Kingdom. Thousands of protesters have marched through central London to show their opposition to digital ID plans.
Wow.
Under strict police conditions, demonstrators chanted and waved banners along a route from Marble Arch to Whitehall, which I'm
Marble Arch to Whitehall.
Yeah, which I'm assuming are like, I don't know, I guess monuments or specific parts in the city of London. The Prime Minister announced in September that a digital ID system would be introduced in 2029. Ooh, just in time for what? The Great Reset of 2030.
Yeah.
And would be mandatory for people working in the UK as part of a bid to tackle illegal migration. I'm calling BS on that, because the UK, much like the last administration here in the United States, has done jack all to stop or dissuade illegal immigrants from flooding into their country. Matter of fact, again, much like the last administration here in the US, they put things in place to actually welcome and facilitate illegal migrants to come into their country. So much so to the point that that London, and you might say pretty much all of the UK pretty soon, has been shifted under Islamic Sharia law.
Wow.
And we already see the seeds of that same thing having been planted here in the United States, in Dearborn, Michigan, and even more so recently with the election of Zohran Mamdani in New York City.
Wow.
So literally the same patterns are just being followed and followed and followed. Now, my personal opinion and belief into why this was done, of course, it was all done intentionally. All of it, all the illegal migration, all the illegal immigration, all of the government knowing about it and having a hands-off approach. So much so to the point where they were giving illegal migrants government funds and perks, for lack of a better term. They were housing and facilitating these people, and they're still doing it now in the US.
Man.
They knew and know that they're illegal, but they're making it comfy and cushy and more inviting for more illegals to come in here. Why? Because I believe we are going to have a situation that is going to be on the same type of level of like your September 11th. Something so horrible is going to happen to shake this nation, and more than likely is going to be at the hands of some illegal immigrant, to where they're going to, whoever's in power at that time is going to then say, you know what? We have a problem with so many illegal immigrants in this country, but we have so many, it's kind of hard to track and detect them. So we need to institute a new type of identification policy to know who's an actual U.S. citizen and who isn't. And bam, here you go. Digital ID. Ushered in and instituted just that easy because people are going to be so in their emotions over the whatever this bad event that's going to happen. They're going to readily welcome it in with open arms.
Right.
Just like people did again with 9/11 when the Bush administration instituted the Patriot Act, which essentially gave our government unlicensed, unrestricted control to be able to monitor and spy on all citizens.
Right. Correct.
Same thing, y'all. This is literally chess to these people. It's just one strategic move after another, after another, after another. But you have to have something horrible happen to get the average person on board with literally having their freedom stripped away from them.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So it says the Metropolitan Police told demonstrators not to deviate from their pre-planned route. And I believe the reason for that is because, and again, London they've been put in a citywide camera facial recognition system. I'm thinking that's why they told these people.
Wow.
And I'm thinking that's why they told these people not to deviate from their pre-planned route, because what they're doing right now, they're scanning in all of these people's faces and they're loading them up to a database, so they'll know, okay, when this goes into full effect, and at this point, roughly 3 years from now, we'll know the first ones who are more than likely going to give us opposition and be a problem, so we can just go ahead and take care of them.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. And to stay on the left-hand side of the road. Wonder why.
On the left side of the road.
Yep. Let's see. It says leader Kimi Badenoch has dismissed the plans as a gimmick that will do nothing to stop the boats. It absolutely right,
man.
Because like I said, the UK government, just like the US government did nothing to stop the flood. They could have stopped the flood of them illegals coming in there.
Yes, sir.
But they didn't want to, because again, these illegals are all part of the ultimate plan. So no, they're absolutely, it's a gimmick. Their goal has nothing to do with rooting out illegal immigrants. No. Okay, the liberal Democrats have said they would not support mandatory digital ID where people are forced to turn over their private data just to go about their daily lives. Well, I mean, y'all can say whatever you want to, but again, ultimately in the end, they're going to do it.
Correct.
And as always, for those who continue to protest, for those who don't willingly go along with the program, so to speak, we already know what's going to happen to them: imprisonment and or execution. Wow. So yes, sir. Again, I mean, that's it. So we already know China already rolled it out. We already know China's doing it. We saw Tony Blair talking at the World Economic Forum, and we saw the latest prime minister talking, say it will be mandatory if you want to work and go about your life in the UK. So we have that.
Wow, man.
So again, just like the last thing we're going to look at for tonight, and Dr. Bell already touched on it at the top of the show. We have Revelation chapter 13.
Yes.
Starting with verse number 15. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. Is going to be the same type situation with this beast that rises up and the Antichrist. It's going to be a mirror of the Nebuchadnezzar situation.
Yes, sir.
Those who refuse to bow down and worship this individual will be killed. Okay, it didn't even say imprisonment. I mean, God dog, you know, at least Daniel and his boys, originally they were going to imprison them until people talked in the ear of Nebuchadnezzar. Like, no, bump it, just kill them jokers. Burn his boys up in the furnace and throw him in a lion's den. Okay, same type situation. Those who refuse to worship will be killed. No ifs, ands, or buts, and there will be no hiring lawyers to fight and defend on your behalf, because again, we got that great reset coming to where laws and institutions switched up. Okay, verse number 16. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads.
Wow.
So we already established that the digital ID is going to start as a phone app.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Correct.
Or a phone app / combination of your physical ID. Okay. Physical ID is going the way of the dodo. They're going to get rid of that eventually. Then it's going to be nothing but your phone app and biometrics.
Wow.
So again, I believe what's going to happen is they're going to use the excuse, because we saw the guy talk about, or we saw the description say about 1Password having everything, doing away with passwords, having it under 1Password. There's another video with Larry Ellison in it, who talks about that. You know, he said to use Oracle systems going into 2026.
Yes,
you're
sir.
no longer going to be able to use passwords. Okay, it's going to be a digital ID number. So let's fast forward to the time digital ID has been introduced. You know, on it's an app on the phone.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do we go from this to having a mark placed on your right hand or on your forehead? I believe that the excuse they're going to use, because remember, this is supposed to be such a great fail-proof system.
Correct.
Which we already know, anything made by humans, first of all, ain't never going to be great or fail-proof. But second of all, that's not the ultimate goal anyway. What they're going to use the excuse is, oh my goodness, well, come to find out, hackers can hack into this one database where all the information is. Hackers can still hack and get in through people's smartphones or their tablets, whatever it is they're using. Hackers can still do all these things. So how about we just eliminate the need for having to use smartphones altogether, or any type of technology altogether? No more smartphone app, no more tablet app, no more laptop, desktop, any of those things. Now we're going to kick it up a notch, or punch it up a notch, so to speak, and we're going to just start implanting these chips or these QR codes or these barcodes or whatever it is that they're going to use directly onto the human body. Because I mean, if it's directly on the human body, you don't have to worry about it being hacked by hackers. Can't hack a human body, and it's going to have the exact same application. still have all of your information in it, still have all of your information on it, and still be able to be scanned by these specialized scanners that they're creating and these specialized cameras. So again, that is my theory of how we're going to go from the app of digital ID to actually having the digital ID be a part. Boy, you talk about biometrics. Yeah, the ultimate end game here is the ultimate biometric, the human body, your right hand or your head. Oh, hey, Doc, you microphone's muted. Yep. So
Yes, sir.
So yeah,
man,
my theory of how that's going to go down from smartphone usage to ultimately this mark on the hand and forehead, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has
correct. That's right.
or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Well, we clearly saw,
yes, sir,
where they said all services are going to be
correct.
tied into this,
yes,
and
sir.
it's going to be mandatory to have if you want to work, if you want to buy a car, and
come on, buy apartments,
apartments,
get a children, send their children off to school, or private school, I believe it said.
Well, the private school is just the first part. Eventually, it's going to be all schooling. Yeah,
man.
Yes, sir.
That's rough, man.
Yes, sir. That digital ID and that social credit score all tied in to this right here. You ain't buying or selling nothing without having that mark on your hand or your forehead. And like I said, I mean, here we go.
It's all to it.
That's what's all to it. That this is the ultimate end game right here of what it's leading up to.
Well,
yes, sir.
One thing the Father said, he will not have us to be ignorant concerning the devices of the enemy. Yes. So, I mean, I'm telling you that he just doesn't want us to be ignorant or in the dark. And here we are.
Absolutely.
Plain and simple.
Exactly.
You know, and in the natural, China is way far advanced than we are anyway.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, we get most of our technology from China, especially our smartphones.
Yeah, they're far advanced. So they're gonna always get it before we get it. You know. I'll tell you, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
People don't know it's coming. Just know it's coming.
Oh, it's
coming.
Matter of fact, yeah, as far as we here in the United States, it's coming. But for other parts of the world, as we plainly saw, it is here.
Yeah.
For really real.
It puts you in a place of where you believe. Well, you know, if you do your history and things of that nature, it lets you know where the mark of the beast is going to originate from and where the false prophet going to originate from.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, sir. So there it is, good people. There it is. I strongly advise everybody who watches or hears this, this is, man, I wouldn't even say we barely even touched the tip of the iceberg as far as all these things. So
yeah,
again, you better start studying up on digital ID. You better start studying up on social credit. You better look into Larry Fink. You better look into Larry Ellison. You just better look into it all. And ultimately, you better look into the Holy Bible in the book of Revelation, chapter 13.
Correct. And listen, I know we said it earlier, but you need to be petitioning the Father. Ask the Father, why are you here?
Oh, right. Absolutely.
That's why are you here doing this dispensation of time.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what you're here for. Because I know I sure asked him.
Shoot, you ain't the only one.
I asked him. I said, what I'm here for.
Exactly.
What role I'm supposed to play?
What role am I supposed to play in
you need to be asking
this?
these questions. You need to be asking that. You need to be asking. You need to be asking.
Yeah, he's absolutely correct.
Because the scripture says, for those who die in the Lord, it was talking about how the righteous sleep away. They slip away. They sleep. I'm paraphrasing. But the scripture talking about how they rest in their graves or rest in their beds, escaping the evil that's to come.
Exactly.
You may need to be asking the Lord why I'm here then. Why I got to stay here doing this evil, but others are being taken out. Maybe they can't handle it. Or maybe they won't be able to stand it. I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stand it.
Man, bro, I was literally sitting here saying, but we have other scripture that tells us,
there
will be many who fall away from the faith.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? At the end, there's gonna be people who gonna be like, you know what? To heck with this. Okay. I want no parts of it. I ain't fighting, and I very much like you want to know what a good precursor is to this? The lockdown of 2020.
Yeah, the lockdown.
And how easily they got people to willingly get an untested vaccine pumped into them so they can do what? Get back to life as normal.
That's correct.
Same type principle here, people. Hey, there's going to be people, including your ones you see dancing and shouting every Sunday, and okay,
all that. That's right.
As soon as them jokers can't be able to go to their favorite restaurant or get what, you know what I'm saying, live in that place they love, or can't get that vehicle they want, unless they got that digital ID in that mark, or watch just how fast.
Correct.
Just how fast.
Correct.
Yeah, all that flips up. Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But this is a good download, man. Good release.
Yes.
This is good information. Very informative.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Shoot, might come back and do a part 2 of this. I found a couple more videos of people who from China who managed to get away, who are actually talking about this, trying to warn the rest of the world.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right, good people. So remember, if you all would, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and for the love of dear Lord God above, share this video with people so they will be made aware.
Amen.
All right. And if you want to listen to the episode again on the go, you can catch it on Spotify, Amazon Audible, iHeart Radio, and Spreaker.com. Go to the search box and just type in Break It Up. Both video and audio are completely free. Just type Break It Up in the search box, and once it takes you to it, just hit the play button. That's all y'all got to do. All right?
Amen. Amen.
All right. So, Doc, you got any last words for us?
No, sir. That was good. That was good. As always, awesome, good download and release, and informative. I enjoyed it. It was good for me. Good. Just good to me, man.
Yes,
that's
sir.
all I know. It was good information to me.
Right.
Yeah, it really was informative to me.
Yes, sir. And it was also great information for me as well. And hopefully it'll be great information for you all. So y'all, until next time, stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. Stay safe.
Sir.
Stay prayed up. And until then, we will see y'all when we see you. Peace.
Peace.